The difference is Android sells the product while Apple sells the feeling. You want to become incredible at sales? You sell the feeling, not the product. You want to become incredible at inspiring action? You sell the feeling, not the product. Let's turn our cameras on. Let's bring the heat. Let's bring some energy. Let's make it happen, ladies and gentlemen. There was just something that Eric Thomas said. He said, how consistent are you? How consistent are you? Everybody does successful things. The difference between those who go on to become successful is the ones that go on to become successful do successful things daily. So it's like, how consistent are you in the successful actions? Like, I can eat well today, but if I eat like garbage the next 6 days, today doesn't matter. And it's the same thing in business. You can do the right thing in business today, but if you don't do anything in business tomorrow, your momentum dies. So it's how consistent are you in the daily actions that it takes to win and the daily actions it takes to get to the next level? How consistent are you? And some of you might be thinking, well, Matt, how do I become more consistent? Stop relying on discipline and start relying on routines. I want you to write that down. Stop relying on discipline and start relying on routines. This is what I realized for me. Discipline means that you have a choice to make. Do I do the right thing or do I do the wrong thing? Do I do the thing that moves the needle or do I do the thing that keeps me where I'm at? Discipline means there's a decision to make. I don't like discipline. I like living a life where the decisions have already been made. And now it's just about executing. For me, that's routines. So I didn't wake up in the morning and say, am I going to work or am I not going to work? Am I going to make phone calls or am I not going to make phone calls? I created a schedule. I created a routine. And every single morning I would wake up, I would follow my routine, and my routine would lead to me doing the things that I needed to do to win, not discipline. Because quite frankly, if I have to choose between working and swimming in my pool, I'm going to choose swimming in my pool if I have to make a decision. But if I can rely on my routine where I'm not thinking a bit about do I work or swim in my pool? Hey, I already built a routine. I already have a schedule. I already have a rhythm that I am in, and I do this on a daily basis. Now, all of a sudden, winning becomes easy because it's no longer a decision to win. It's a routine that leads to you winning. A couple things that I wrote down as we dive into today, and I just want everybody to write this down. I can have more than I have because I can become more than I am. I can have more than I have because I can become more than I am. It's less about attaining. It's all about becoming. See, everybody wants to attain, but what people don't realize is that in order to attain, you have to become first. In order to attain income in our business, I have to become skillful at selling. In order to attain passive income in our business, I have to become skillful at building an agency and leadership. Everybody focuses on the fruit, but what they don't focus on is the root that leads to the fruit. We need to focus on becoming. Every single day, you got to ask yourself, am I getting better? Have my skills sharpened? Is my axe sharper than it was yesterday? Have I improved? Every single day, we need to make the commitment to getting better. And not only will it positively impact your business, but more importantly, it will positively impact the way you view yourself, your self-confidence, the way you show up for your family, the way you show up in this world. When you become better, you feel better about you. And that allows you to be better for other people. You can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give what you don't got. You can't transfer that which you are not experiencing. And so if we are not focused on becoming, it's going to be very difficult for us to transfer that belief into other people and help them win. Make sense? We all on the same page there? I hope so. Next thing I wrote down was this. Comfort is the highest form of selfishness. Comfort is the highest form of selfishness because to be comfortable means that you're good. To be comfortable says, hey, I'm thinking about me. I'm good right now. I'm good right now. I'm comfortable. It's the highest form of selfishness. Do you know there are kids every single day that show up to schools with no lunch because their family couldn't afford to pack them one? And you're comfortable. That is it's a macro problem, but it's a micro problem compared to the things out there that need our help as leaders in this world if we can step up and win and deploy capital to help go fix it. But we can't deploy capital that we don't have. We all have to improve and we all have to win. To be comfortable means we're thinking about us. And there's a lot of people in this world that need us. Let's just get rid of comfort. I'm not saying you can't, have a comfortable, spot on your couch at 9 p.m. tonight and just relax a little bit. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, boy, oh boy, don't be comfortable in life. There are people that need us. Okay. Next thing that I wrote down is your income will grow at the rate that you do. So if your income's not growing, it's probably because you're not growing at a rate in which you think you are. Oh, I learned the IUL. Okay, that's great. It's still not a skill. That's knowledge. Okay. In order to make income, it's about skill. Are you skillful? I can have all the knowledge in the world and have zero skill. You guys have heard me say this before. I can have a level 10 knowledge on something, but if I'm a level 3 communicator, my level 10 knowledge will appear as a level 3 because I can't communicate the knowledge that I have. Communication is a skill. Knowledge is knowledge. So if I don't learn the skill to communicate my knowledge, well, then guess what? I'm going to be ineffective with that knowledge. You catching this right now? Okay. Your income will grow at the rate that you do. The better you become. Like, when I heard that, I remember being 19 years old and I'm in the office and they're like, hey, young people don't win. Young people really struggle here. And I'm like, and I went to my upline. I'm like, are they trying to get me to quit? Like, this is very weird. It wasn't the same culture that we have today. I'll promise you that. I was like, are they trying to get me to quit? There was just this labeling that 19-year-olds couldn't win, 20-year-olds couldn't win, young people don't win. And there's like this labeling. And all of a sudden I'm reading a book by Michael Gerber called The E-Myth. And it said, your income grows at the rate that you do. It says, Economics 101, the marketplace doesn't care about anything but your value. I was like, wait, hold on. So the marketplace doesn't care about my age? The marketplace doesn't care about my ethnicity, my gender, my religious preferences, my cultural background. The marketplace doesn't care about any of those things. The marketplace cares about my value. Oh my goodness. I'm going to focus on becoming valuable. And I deployed myself to become valuable. And the more valuable I came to the marketplace, the bigger our team got, the better we did economically. You guys with me on this? Let's just focus on getting better there. Okay. Next thing that I wrote down is the standard always makes more than everyone else. The standard always makes more than everyone else. Stop looking at your sidelines and saying, okay, well, they're doing this, so I guess that's normal. Well, if you're trying to get out of the base shop, why in the world would you act like everyone in it? If you're trying to beat the person next to you, not because you want less for them, but because you want more for you as a competitor, if you want to beat the person next to you, why would you act like the person next to you? Like, that doesn't make any sense. When people say, like, anybody like, I'm competitive, everybody always tells me they're competitive. I'm like, then why do you act like everyone else? If you were truly competitive, you would show up like Kobe. You would show up like Michael. You would show up like Tom Brady. Like, you would show, like, if you were truly competitive, you wouldn't be acting and executing and operating like all the other players. You'd be thinking, if they're doing this, I'm going to do this simply because I'm trying to win. And I know if I'm doing this and they're doing this, I'm going to freaking win. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. There is no question about it. And I just want to challenge you to step into that. I want to challenge you to be the person that says, you know what? If I'm trying to get out of the base shop, I'm not going to act like everyone else in it. If I'm trying to win, I'm not going to act like everyone else that I'm trying to beat. That doesn't make any sense. I got to be more disciplined, more focused. I got to develop more, make more phone calls, work longer hours. If I'm trying to beat my opponent, I don't want worse for them. I just want better for me. See the difference? Okay? We have to step into that. How many of you guys read the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek? Anybody? It's one of my favorite books. There's a moment in the book where Simon Sinek is talking about the difference between Apple and talking about the difference between Android. And Simon Sinek goes, Android is clearly a better technology. And I just want to be very clear with you. If you have an Android on this team, please change it or else you're not going to be invited to anything. We don't permit green bubbles around here. And I mean that with all the disrespect in the world. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Not really. They talk about the difference between Apple and Android. And Android's technology is better. It's actually better. But the problem is the company is boring. The company doesn't make people want to buy it. And so what they do is Android goes, hey, this is our technology. It's the best. You should buy it. And Apple is, do you want to challenge the status quo? Do something that's never been done before. Be a part of something bigger than yourself. Become a part of a movement. Buy Apple. So the difference is Android sells the product while Apple sells the feeling. You want to become incredible at sales? You sell the feeling, not the product. You want to become incredible at inspiring action? You sell the feeling, not the product.
break a sweat. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it.